One day, them here. This is Boom Boom, aka World Boom, the Billboard selector. And me I represent for Ryan LFC. To get the latest Reggae Boyz content, just hit that like and subscribe button. And the Operation Ball Game, I say, knock it, Ryan.
Check. Yeah. Let me know if you hear me now. Okay, I think maybe I was clipping a bit. Let me know if you hear me now, brother. Let me know if you hear me now. Let me know if you hear me. Let me know if you hear me. Good to go. How me sound? Loud music. Me sound clear and fresh on the universal audio. Into coach is Paul Hall. Yeah, man, Paul Hall is the official coach now, Coach Karoom. Big up yourself. Cheers. When time you see J Taylor come out with a glass of wine, you know say a football time. You don't know. Best up. Yeah, man. It's been a while. I've been just like taking a little time back and just let the traffic clear on YouTube. It's been a lot of traffic on YouTube. You don't know the thing already because I'm not into all that back and forth with people and who with the JFF and all those things. We actually have other things going on in our lives, so we can't just focus on that every day. But tonight, I think the Reggae Girls will be also taking on Canada. But you know where my thing there. I'll touch on that later. As you can see on in the title, I think I have even checked the title. I think Paul Hall is gonna give some players a look in, potential players who don't have their passport. I think Paul Hall is brilliant, doing a brilliant job with the strategy that he's using on how to implement players. I think now is the time to give it a shot to see if a player like Demari Gray is ready to go. And I'm hearing rumors that Paul Hall is also thinking if you're not up to play for Jamaica, he's ready to move on. And I've been moved on. If you're not ready to play for Jamaica, the show must go on with or without you. The show must go on with or without you. Just to touch a little bit on Paul Hall's Paul Hall talk about his 10-year strategy, right? Paul Hall had this 10-year strategy going. I think while having a 10-year strategy, I think Paul Hall also wants to win. I think Paul Hall wants to win right now as well. I think a lot of people are potentially misunderstanding when Paul Hall says he has a 10-year strategy. That doesn't mean he doesn't want to win right now. And I'm super excited today about the announcement of that friendly against Uruguay. When Jamaica start playing teams like Uruguay, what's the other one? Chile, Paraguay and those kind of teams, I think Jamaica is moving in the right direction, because back in the 90s, the 98, the 99, we used to play those teams in the 2000s, and that's when Jamaica was more competitive. We no longer want to just sit around and watch Jamaica play Barbados. What the heck is that? Like, I don't even want to turn on my computer for that, to watch Jamaica play a Barbados, but I sure want to turn on my computer to see Jamaica play against Cavani and those players, Suarez, goal sharks, players who, if you slip, you make one error in the defense, they're gonna score on you. And this is a way for Jamaica to learn how to not make too many mistakes, because that's what separates small teams from the bigger teams. When you make a lot of mistakes, it's when you make one mistake, you're out of the game. One single mistake and you're out of the game. So um, Jamaica football, I think we're heading in the right direction. This will be a quite positive show, but we will still dig some stuff and touch on some things as far as the under 20 is concerned. But I'm not in the business of tearing down Jamaica and Jamaican football. I'm more in the business of stating the obvious and maybe giving my opinions on things that some people are not really analytical enough to kind of make sense out of it. But yeah, Jamaica moving in the right direction. Friendly coming up against Paraguay. I think that's gonna be a huge one. I think that's gonna be a huge friendly coming up against Paraguay. Um, and that's right before the Nations League. I do want to caution the fans though, not to be. I want Jamaica to be quite competitive, but for me, if Jamaica doesn't win the Nations League, even if Jamaica doesn't qualify for the Gold Cup, and we have to play a lot more games to qualify for the Gold Cup, I'm up for that. Because my thing is, I think Jamaica is missing out on playing a lot of football. If you look at a team like Canada, Canada is reaping the benefits of playing a lot of football the last 2 years. Canada had to qualify for the Gold Cup via another route after not qualifying immediately. So they had to go to another qualifying stage, and they were also playing games from the Nation League that came over. So Canada had a lot of football, and that's why you see the Canadian team is leading the table, and they're cohesive in their way of playing, and they're in the World Cup for I don't know if it's the first time, but Canada is in the World Cup, guys, and I think a lot of it is due to having a head coach that came in and put in some radical changes, and also the cohesion from playing a lot of games. I just think Jamaica hasn't played a lot of football. For me, playing against Grenada is like a Sunday evening match. We just call up some people after church and we just play some football. That's how I see when we play Grenada and those teams. Playing a Uruguay and those teams, that's a game of football. I remember the last time Jamaica was playing Argentina and we were up by 1 goal, and Jamaica was trying to hang on in that game. Didn't work out. But those were the games that a lot of Jamaicans were excited to be in. In those games, we do want to win, but we kind of want to test the metal. Big up yourself, Tennessee Lewis. We want to test the metal of Jamaica. So playing against a team like Uruguay, them the game them live for in a football. Because when you look at it, you if it's like you're playing against teams in your region. I heard Mr. Vin Blaine said that Tapa was one of the best coaches we ever had, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm worried. I was kind of harsh with Vin Blaine coming in early on, but I still think that he made some good adjustments with the female team. I'm still not very convinced, but I like that performance that they had against the Dominican Republic team. But yeah, Uruguay, big match. Catalonia as well. I was thinking about going to that game, but I don't know. I don't even know if I want to head all the way over to Barcelona to watch that game. Hopefully the game is live, and we should be able to see that game. I'm not trying to go to Spain right now. Um, Spain is a bit all over the place right now, so I'm not trying to do that. But yeah, Catalonia, that's gonna be another tough competition for yo, Paul Hall. If you're listening to this, that's the approach. We don't want to play nobody less than a Catalonia. less than a Uruguay, less than a Chile. You know what I mean? I would love to see Jamaica play Germany. All if we pick up 10, we need to try to get games against teams like Poland. We need to get games against teams like that. Slovenia, those kind of teams, because those teams play a different kind of football. A team like Sweden, a team like Denmark, a team like Finland, Iceland. Those are the kind of friendlies I want to see Jamaica play. Um, we don't want to keep. If we're gonna take that next step, it's like anything you do in life, bro. If you're a swimmer, you can't keep swimming in the kids' pool and expect to go up and swim against a Michael Phelps. Like, bro, the water too deep for you. But if you were thrown in early on and you had to figure out your way how to swim, you have the ability potentially to compete. So I just think that this is a good approach, and I think Paul Hall also learned this in his past playing time with Jamaica. Jamaica was getting friendlies against Brazil. We were getting friendlies against Brazil. And another thing, guys, people have to keep this in mind. Your coach also determines the friendlies you get. The level of your coach and the qualification of your coach determines a lot of people disagree with me, but I think when you look when Winfred Schaefer came in, Jamaica start getting big friendlies immediately. Immediately Jamaica start getting big friendlies. When Tapa was the coach, we're playing Guyana. We're playing Guyana. Paul Hall is the coach. Who's our first friendly? Peru. Who's our second friendly? Catalonia. Who's our third friendly? Uruguay. And the list goes on. That's the direction we want to move in. No hesitation. Paul Hall. All if the bus broke down, me I help Paul Hall push it. Paul Hall is the man for the job. We can't keep a place some like a side brother, and we are struggle against them. We can't win. We're not learning. We're not improving. Um, I've got the chance to watch some of the JPL games, and Richard King as well. I hope if you're listening to this, I'm the person on YouTube who basically put your name out there. Like when a big artist come out and boss a small artist, and me put a name on YouTube, and me say you are the next thing out of Jamaica. However, watching some of the JPL games, I see that you have a flaw in where you give up on plays, you give up on tackles, and defenders get shots off where it's like you shut down for a minute. I don't know if you're uninspired because you're playing in the JPL, but I have to tell you this, Richard King, whether you know it or not, somebody's watching you. Somebody's watching you, and you gotta be at your best at all times and going for those tackles. Though Damian Lowe is a walking red card, that's one of Damian Lowe's best attributes. He doesn't give up on the play. He doesn't give up on the play. He goes in and he tries to close the play out. However, he's sometimes a bit harsh in trying to close out the play. But Richard King, you have to work on that. You have to work on finishing plays. I'm watching the games. I saw the games against Humble Lion where you came up against a defender. You probably made the first tackle, the second tackle, and you didn't get the ball, and you kind of gave up on the play. We can't have that from Richard King. But that was another good one coming through. So that everybody can sleep well now. Everybody, all the crybabies on the internet. Again, I think Whisper got a tryout for the U20s. And Whisper is in the team, so everybody can sleep well now. All the crybabies, is it okay? Whisper, the savior of Jamaican football, is here. Check out Jay Anyweather. He's here with us. Jay Anyweather always got the right information. The flight information, everything on site information. Nah, like Jay Anyweather. I don't know if I had to give somebody the fan of the year, it would be Jay Anyweather. Not because of him just being a fan of Jamaican football. For me, is how much he's dedicated to knowing the players, and how he's dedicated to just getting people in there, even with the local league. Enough respect for that, Jay Anyweather. Let me check out a comment here from Loud Music. Say I didn't hear Whisper name in it, bro. The loud music. You know, some got your back. I don't know who you are, but we always seem to connect and we're on the same page. Whisper, the 30-man squad that's in training right now, based on the information that I'm getting, this is just another tryout where they're trying to narrow down this 30, and there's more players coming in, bro. So there's more players coming in. So the 30-man squad you saw today only had 2 players from the US. It's not the final team, guys. A lot of players are left to come in. And I think when Mr. Speed was on the stream, he also talked a little bit about the process of elimination. So what they're doing now, they're eliminating players and narrowing it down. And people gonna remember, we want everybody to play. It's gonna be 23 players, guys, and it's gonna be 3 goalkeepers. So you know what that means? Only 20 players. So also the JFF, you have a chance right now to find the best 20 under 20 players that Jamaica has to offer worldwide. That's your job. You have that's your job. You have a job to find the best 20 under 20 players that Jamaica has to offer, because I think this under 20 World Cup qualifier is one of the most important under 20 World Cup qualifier Jamaica is ever involved in, because Jamaica football is at a crossroads. We're transitioning and we're still trying to find out where we're trying to go. So I think this is an important juncture for Jamaican football. So we have to get it right. Coach Karomi said, Whisper is the savior of Jamaican football. Y'all need to calm down. That was sarcasm, Coach Karomi. People think that Whisper is the savior of Jamaican football. And I want to see it. I want to see it. Because if him are the savior, I go carry him on my shoulder like how them did carry Jesus and them thing there. You see, because he would be the savior. You know what I mean? And we want the young man to win. But I believe that a lot of people were so convinced and they are so riled up about the player not being in training, and he's the best thing since sliced bread. And 90% of the individuals saying that haven't seen the player in a 90-minute game, including myself. This is why I'm very cautious when it comes to hyping up players that I haven't seen played a full competitive games. You know why? Me say Better Than Whisper was touted as the next best thing that football has to offer. they, we don't even know where they are right now. A lot of players. I keep going back to the player Saviola from Argentina, Jamaica in that under 20 World Cup. Saviola was touted to be the next best striker. Fresh God, big up yourself. The next best striker in the world. Where's Saviola? Saviola just didn't cut out to be the Saviola we end up because Argentina had strikers like Crespo and those guys. You know, Alex Marshall was another one they hyped up, coach. And a lot of times when we hype up these players, guys, listen, Jay Taylor, I'm sipping wine, guys. When time I'm sipping wine, it's not 7 o'clock in Jamaica yet, but it's prime time. It's prime time. You see what I'm saying? Reggae Boys Central says Whisper is a decent player, but he's not as good as some say. I can't agree or disagree. Reggae Boy Central. I have to see the player for myself, because if I see Whisper out there and he's really good, I'm coming here to hype him up. There you go, Tennessee Lewis. Peter Lee Vassell was supposed to be Lord Jesus Christ. Didn't work. Because people have to understand, you see, football, you get what you put in. You see, when you take your foot off the gas in a football take the foot off the gas with you and stop rewarding you with your improvement. So players have to stay vigilant and know that they are on the right track as far as their development is concerned. Worldwide, between the age of 17 and 23 is where players tend to get lost in the mix. Right there, because it takes another step. After you get the hype up there and you dominate at the youth level, right when you need to transition into the big man settings, it's like you used to play domino a dead yard. Just yeah, you look a friend them. and you go a shop now, so you go gamble domino. You go come up, come play some man where I play domino for them dinner money. You have to know how to play if you win because it's a new level. You see me, the man they quote all the game and you know see it. You see me I say? So that's how football is. Football, you when you dominate against your peers, and you know, take another sip, guys. Bless up everybody. I don't know how much people is on the stream, but J Taylor is here. J Taylor is here to the rescue. I just wanted to wait till we cut down with the noise on YouTube. Then I come in and just speak some truth to knowledge and get the thing out there properly. Cause I don't take sides. I don't take sides. You know what I mean? I'm all about Jamaica winning, whatever it takes. But I also believe in the development and the continuity of our football in Jamaica as well. Whether that is seen as me being xenophobic, I will accept. Um, Karumi says football have level. You have 5,000 youth players across the world. That is what competing again. Yeah, I was watching Manchester United like under, I don't even know what that is, but it's the little youth team. And Cristiano Ronaldo's son is out there. He wasn't doing anything. The player I was watching was this little young black kid, a number 7 kid from Atletico Madrid. Him look like a little young goal shark. Him just look aggressive in front of the goal. Christopher Ronaldo's son was out there, but football, your last name don't make you good at anything, brother. If you look at music, you have exceptions like the Damian Marley and a lot of people, but there's also a lot of pressure on athletes and entertainers when your parents are famous or they were really good at what they do because you have to either be as good as them or better, or you just people just think you're a boss. Them just things say you don't cut it. Um, Real Meds TV says Whisper is in Spain. Hopefully he does well. I hope Whisper does well because bro, it's this. I hate the fact that they made Whisper into a tool as to where fans had to basically pick sides. If fans question whether or not Whisper is good enough because they don't have enough footage on him or they haven't seen him, people say them bad mind Whisper. If you say Whisper is the best thing since sliced bread, them say you're overhype Whisper. So I hate the fact that, and I think that's one of the things that Mr. Butler is good at. He's good at splitting things down the middle and have people choose side, which is necessarily not my type of way of, especially with footballers. You know, I think Jamaica, we need everybody on board. Big up Eddie Vision. Reggae Boy Central say what we should be doing for U20 is preparing with friendlies against competitive teams. I think that's down the road, Reggae Boy Central. Listen, I said it, Reggae Boy Central. This U20 campaign is the most pivotal campaign that Jamaica will ever be involved in as to where we are in our football now. We are at a crossroads. No longer the JFF can just pick some under 20 side and when the team a play, we are say, oh, my youth they out there. I don't see bread but just run out. We're not doing that. We're not doing that anymore. And this it has to we a lot of this credit has to be paid to YouTube. I think YouTube is one of the platforms that's been holding the JFF to the fire as to where now they can't sneak players in and just have a look at under 20 when nobody no know who a play. People depend the thing like Hawk. People depend the thing like Hawk because people are like, no, no way, this is not happening again. There's no way Jamaica shouldn't be in this competition competing at the highest level. Tennessee Lewis said it is the first time I've ever seen so much. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Tennessee Lewis. You're right. Because you know what? We everybody on this channel right now, we are getting let's reset, let's restart, let's put everything behind us and all the terrible things that happened and all the terrible things that went on and the mismanagement of the JFF. I think we need to give the JFF a new slate, a clean slate. because I've seen them trying to make improvements, and I've seen them listen. And I've spoke to people who are part of the JFF who actually tells me they are listening. What a lot of people, what a lot of persons have problem with, the JFF cannot come on YouTube and put out every fire. That's not how a professional organization work. Obviously, you're gonna have your press officer or the front man who goes out there and put out fires. But I don't think YouTube is the place for every second a JFF official is out here just arguing with people on stream about them play and never get to play, and this and that. But I think we have to give the JFF a clean slate. No, why I said that, why I said give the JFF a clean slate, just hear me out clearly, guys. We now get the chance to see these players. We're now tracking them before the team even pick. We attract the under 20 players now from before the team even pick. No, when this team is selected, we will now get to see players as well who transition, who kept on improving and make it to the next level. Because the JFF don't make you fail as a terrible football player, brother. The JFF can screw up on, you know what I mean, like logistics and players and recruitment and all these things. But the JFF don't go there and play for you. The JFF is not your fault why you don't get a pro contract. Is if you're just not in there, you don't have the right management, you're not good enough. You have to take these things into consideration. So I'm giving the JFF a clean slate. For me, the clean slate comes with Paul Hall and the JFF. I'm giving them a clean slate because I think the JFF do want to improve. This is something that every fan in the comment will disagree with. Cheers to that. Are you bad today? Are you mad? No, no, no. Yo, why you type in my name? Yo, my name is, you know, see my name on screen. Ryan, put up my name on screen. Let the people them see my name, please. Because me see people are call me JD and them something. They, like, we don't want this, the confusion. Please have my name under where the name is Ryan. I need my name on the screen so people know that this is not the echo chamber, that we're speaking pure knowledge as far as football. And this is coming from an individual who played at a high level as well, brother. And a buck to a football we play, brother. All right, a football we have to run for the full 90. All right, Ryan, please get my name up on the screen. Don't let me have to. I don't want to have to say it over and over. Eddie Vision says them get a clean slate already. Eddie Vision, where did they get a clean slate? Eddie Vision, please tell me where they got a clean slate. Eddie Vision, tell me where them get a clean slate. Prince says, JT, mind you make people beat you up. That's the thing.
JT Taylor, seems like, yeah, we are
Prince,
drink today, brother.
I'm not worried of people beating me up via the internet. I don't think technology or AI has got to that advanced level as yet, as to where individuals can actually hurt you via Wi-Fi connection.
JT Taylor, we are drink tonight,
So,
there, cup.
so I'm not very worried as far as that is concerned. You know how my thing set. I come out and I tell you what it is. I tell you how it is. And you either live with it or you die with it. It's my opinion. I'm ready. I'm giving the JFF a brand new slate. I'm giving them a clean slate. Jay Taylor is saying here. Because I'm always the one to say things. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna ask Ryan to do a show where I bring back a lot of clippings from the past shows I did when I just came on Ryan channels, so fans can see my perspective before things actually happened and how it worked out 100%. I'm striking at 100% right now. The only thing I got wrong is that Paul Hall would have got more wins. That's the only thing I got wrong of Jamaican football in the last 2 years. That Paul Hall would have got more wins. And we had chances to get wins, didn't work out. Eddie Guna said after the wage negotiation, they came out and made New Year resolution. And all right, Eddie Guna, here we are. You see the the that wage negotiation was, I think that's when YouTube really start catching gear. I think those voice notes coming out and no, the audio from the actual negotiation, I think that put the JFF in a bad light. But I think there was a positive from that. I think the JFF now realized that you no longer can do this slide the hand under the counter kind of situation anymore. That players have the expectation of being dealt with in a professional manner. And the JFF was exposed. And I think at that point as well, the JFF was still coming to realization of new media and knowing that you're not going to be able to operate in that manner anymore, mate. It's a different setting now. You're going to have to do things above board. And I want people to, in the comments, everybody who disagree with me, um, since the JFF got things wrong with the tour in Asia and maybe plane ticket or something like that, please write in the comment and let me know what are the things that the JFF did wrong since then that you disagree with. That's the question I'm posing to the chat. Please let me know all the things that the JFF has done wrong since then that you disapprove of, because I think I've slowly saw that the JFF has they have improved. You know, that's one of the things, you know. You see, anger sometimes blinds us from actually seeing improvement because our minds are already made up and we feel a certain way. This is why I don't like to discuss things from an emotional level. I always say to people, I like to yeah man, at the JFF make us some people have Sunday dinner last week, man. That's it, man. Like if it rain tomorrow at the JFF, like people has to think how the things work. When I investigated and I got Prince, what are you talking about? Why don't you get the Maury Grace passport to get him to play for Jamaica? Have you spoken to anyone? Have you spoken to the people that I've spoken to who stated that Demari Gray said he's trying to get it, but he's still a bit hesitant? That's from a good source that he's still hesitant whether or not he wants to make the move for Jamaica. So you have to, yeah, like when things like that come out, brother, it's like you don't have the answers, Sway. You don't have the answers, Prince. Man, I tell you, you don't have the answers on that, bro. You see what I mean? The JFF they have to stop blaming the JFF for players who haven't made up their mind whether or not they want to play for Jamaica. That's something that the fans them need to fix. Just like we need to get rid of the JFF, we need to get rid of some of them fans there too. We need to get rid of the fans them where they are. We have to get rid. But you're stating an issue, Prince. That's not a lot. That's not a fact. That's actually a lie. That's not a fact. They didn't mess that up. So that's what I'm saying. I'm correcting you on that. Demari Gray, the JFF didn't mess up Demari Gray's passport, bro. They haven't messed up Demari Gray's passport. The preparation for the under 20 girls, I think the under 20 girls was just not good enough. I think if you prepare those under 20 players like Jesus is coming tomorrow, I think they would be the under 20 that we saw. That's another thing. Quality is quality. Quality is quality, bro. At the end of the day, quality is quality. You see what I mean? You can't just say the JFF didn't prepare the under 20. Why don't you say the players weren't good enough as well? We have to balance the coin, guys. That's my thing. I'm here to balance the coin. I'm not with this one-sided discussion, this pile-on thing. All right. Rohan Smith say, I respect your approach. Ignore the crowd and stick to your opinion. People love to follow the crowd. That's why we no longer have thinkers, just clickers. Rohan, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's just fingerhead talking. Be a fingerhead talking, bro. It's like people are biases. I always run a joke with my friends, with some of my friends when we get into certain discussion and they're trying to back out. I said, this is why I have discussions with scholars, because those people tend to not discuss the issue at hand from an emotional place. They discuss it either on the parameters of whether we're discussing facts, we're discussing opinions, or we're discussing probability. We have to compartmentalize things when we're discussing it. We can't just throw everything in a bowl and not open up the matter and put them in their correct department and then discuss them accordingly or on merit. If you do that, you just sound like you're just piling on. And I'm not into the piling on thing. I'm here to evaluate. I'm here to take things apart and see what's factual, what makes sense, and what doesn't make sense. Um, Prince said the players were good enough. Prince, if they were good enough, they would have won. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It's like if like a lot of people did bright in a school, but them turn gruff. A lot of people did bright at school and them turn gruff. Me see how some people when we go back at Jamaica sometimes, some young ladies who did that the brightest in my class, 10 picking in them half brother. We don't want slippers a drug on them foot. The JFF can't save them. The JFF cannot save everybody. Some people has to take their own development in their own hands. That's part of the game as far as professional sports is concerned. The JFF only owes you the to prepare and to make sure everything is in place and follow regulations as far as the governing body of football is concerned. Journey whether say Paul Hall is a proactive, not a reactive. I think he has a plan. I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm with that. I think Prince is trolling me. I think Prince is trolling me. I get it now. What about the corruption and the conflict of interest allows you to give them a clean slate? You said you sound like you will forgive someone that steals your prized possession. I have given people who stole my prized possession. Not like I will forgive them to the point to let them do it again. I won't be stupid. If someone stole my prized possession and you come to my house, I'm not gonna leave my watch and my gold chain like in the living room and tell us I'm so come. That also don't make any sense. So I also have to now take steps and measures to make sure that doesn't occur again. So that's where we have to think on both sides. The conflict of interest, we know who everybody's talking about. We know who it's gonna come down to Mr. Speed. It's just gonna come down to Mr. Speed. Them say Mr. Speed buy me out. Mr. Speed, you owe me. Me need me check. Mr. Speed, me need me check. I'm gonna send you my Swift and my IBAN number. Since you buy me out, me need the money there. Me need a piece of food there right now. Me don't know. All right. Um Kevin Bailey says Jamaica haven't picked their U20 where some competitors have already started playing. Prince, you see the U20 girls thing too, bro. You know, say my thing not too up like that when it comes to that. I never come on stream and profess my knowledge of the female program. I'm just catching up. But if you want to talk about male Jamaican football, we can chop it up. But I'm not an expert when it comes to the female the structure of the female team. However, I can tell you what I'm seeing out there as far as football is concerned. I'm certain Maggie won't give them a clean slate for leaving him stranded at the airport. Eddie Vision, you are an intellect, and I'm disappointed in that comment because you act like that person in class where the teacher have to tell you something 5 times. Like it look like you stop listening or stick broken in your ears. Come on, Eddie Guna. I hold you at higher regards. I stated since the Asia and the COVID-19 and that whole debacle, and after that, I wanted you to state the things. That's what I'm saying. So we passed there, Eddie Guna. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to create some clarity as to where we can move on and stop this bickering about nonsensical things and pinpoint the issues and push towards affecting change in that manner. I don't like some things are just spill milk and we can't keep what I mean, honking the same horn over and over. Why should Germany waste time playing with Jamaica, especially when we don't want Jamaica playing Barbados? You're not making sense. Why would you see? I'm gonna educate Anita Bell. I don't know who that is. Why would Germany wants to play Jamaica? Germany playing Jamaica is not just a game being played on the field. It's also a cultural exchange, and it's a highlight of culture. I don't know if you know the German Jamaican relationship. I don't know if you know about German town in Jamaica. I think there's more than one towns in Jamaica where there are Jamaicans born in Jamaica who are of German descent, who are Germans. Even when you go to Treasure Beach, if you know the history of Jamaica. So Jamaica has long lasting ties with Germany. I can't come and spell out the diplomatic arrangements, but trust me, Jamaica and Germany playing would make a lot of sense from a cultural perspective. Um, and if Germany is just lazy and they want to find somebody to beat up, they can beat up Jamaica. But that would be good for us. Yeah, and when so Perkins says it there, reggae music, one of the biggest market for reggae music is Germany, France, and Switzerland in Europe. I don't know if a lot of people. That's where a lot of Jamaican artists make their money every year. Germany, you know. So it makes sense. But why would we want to play Barbados? Anita Bell, I don't know if you're Barbadian. I respect everybody from Barbados, but I think they have a leg up on us when it comes to cricket, but they're not there yet. I think we shouldn't burn up playing fair, playing Barbados. I don't see the benefit of that. That's if we want to get the U20s some practice games, and we say, we could send them go to Barbados, go get some vacation and some sun and play against Barbados. I have no problem with that. But our national team suiting up, playing against Barbados, and we're actually sitting here evaluating progress, nonsensical for me. Makes no sense. Um, Giving the JFF a clean slate won't fix things or get better. The administration is inept at best. Wayne Thomas, I can agree, but I'm just stating, you know, another thing. When I said like people want to get rid of the JFF and we want to throw everybody out the door and fling with the JFF, get them out, get them out then, because you know, I always say to people that if you understand how power structures work and organizations around the world, y- you know, I tell people the machine sometimes is bigger than a lot of us. The machine sometimes is bigger than a lot of us, and you have to know, you have to get in where you fit in sometimes, and you have to know how to affect change. It's getting everybody out of the JFF. I want to see, let's see it happen. Anybody who can Oh, Bajan. Yeah, man, Bajan, not Barbadian. Yeah, man, Bajan. Sorry, Richard Stewart. Stand corrected. Um, JFF will disappoint me real soon, my friend. Yes, my friends will disappoint me as well. A real soon, Eddie Vision. The government will disappoint me. Um, that's just life. I will disappoint myself. That's just how life works. Like, life is not a paved road. You know what I mean? So that's what all I'm saying, guys. I'm not up here saying that the JFF is great at what they do, but what I'm saying is we have to discuss the thing more balanced. All right, so New Wave Entertainment said, JT, I'm not with you on this JFF clean slate, but Paul Hall has 200% support. You know, the great, I think I need to be like a marketing agent because I'm really good at this. Whenever I say something like this will be we're gonna hear this pop up on other shows. No, this is a new sticking point, guys, and you heard it here first. Jay Taylor said to give the JFF a clean slate. So there will be a 2 hour long stream from somebody, I don't know anybody, on YouTube discussing that him here said people are say if we give the JFF a clean slate. I said it. You know what I mean? A lot of times when you hear a lot of these rhetoric on YouTube, it's like I just kick off my opinion and it just, it gets people active, you get the content creators, creating wallpaper for the next show. All right. So the JFF is doing a good job. You see, Prince now, Prince is an expert, so when you really listen, It's like talking to Prince. Me have to repeat myself like a million times. I just stated, Prince, I'm not saying that the JFF is doing a great job. What I'm saying is the way how people are approaching it, that everybody at the JFF has to leave. I don't disagree. I don't agree, because I think that there are people in the JFF as well who means Jamaican football well. And there are people in the JFF who probably has done more for Jamaican football than I have, because I haven't done much for Jamaican football. And I'm being honest. I'm being honest to myself. That's another thing. There's a lot of people sitting at home doing whatever they do, at high drunk, or watch TV and Netflix, and they think everybody should lose their job in an organization because you feel like that should happen. The world doesn't work like that, my friend. There are people who work their way up in certain situations to get certain positions, and that's their achievement in whatever field that is. You sitting at home saying they should leave doesn't actually make it that they have to leave. Okay, JT, I'm not gonna watch the U17 girls. Only two team going to the World Cup. U17 and the woman. Okay, all right, Prince. Knock yourself out, man. If you don't want to watch it, I'll be watching it. What time the game start? The game start in 30 minutes, right? Amazing, man. So we have another 30 minutes on stream. This was a quick fire session. Jay Taylor hasn't been on stream for a long time. I was just like, I couldn't handle all the noise. I don't like traffic, guys. I just take the highway, and I don't like traffic. I don't want to come knocking on my car window and asking for direction and all that crap. I don't like traffic. That's how I see YouTube sometimes. It's very traffic driven. Obviously, it's a traffic algorithm, but I'm not into that, bro. This brother, I know where him really I say. Where me can watch a match. Yo, Ames, come on, man. If you can't find the match on YouTube or Facebook. Yeah, listen, me no know. We, pro Jamaican here. And I think that I find with our culture is is that I don't know if it's a sheep mentality. It's like we don't have a lot of individual thinkers, because there are situation where you would go in the corner and you're having a discussion, and if you don't agree with everybody, you could end up becoming the laughing stock at that whole discussion, even if you're right. Even if you're just trying to educate people to think in a more broad manner, it might ruffle a few feathers. And I think I've had a lot of those encounters. And so people just have to understand, bro, when I give an opinion, it doesn't make it does, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm right. It's just a opinion. If you look for the meaning, an opinion is just a thought stated by someone on the basis of their recollection or their understanding of it. It's not facts. It's not facts. So I'm not saying that what I'm saying about the JFF. I'm just saying my opinion is, and my decision is, I'm giving them a clean slate. You see what I mean? I'm giving them a clean slate. I'm giving them a clean slate, bro. I'm giving them a clean slate, and I have my reasons to give them a clean slate. I just don't think people understand. There are a lot of countries around the world where people think everybody in the parliament or every government official should be fired. But what you're not understanding is there are people within those structures who are still good people, who have worked, went to school, got their qualifications, and got to a certain level. And this also goes for the JFF. There are people in the JFF who are good people who actually want Jamaican football to excel. Whether or not they're doing a good job or whether or not they're competent, that can be discussed. Not everybody who gets a job is actually the right person for the job. But this whole thing where we said dash to everybody in the JFF, yeah, don't really make sense to me. Not even sure what time Miss Blacker Pearl Atkinson taking the field. Okay. um New Wave Entertainment say, well, keep the good ones and get rid of the bad ones. That makes sense to me. New Wave Entertainment. That makes sense to me, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. That makes sense to me. That sound like somebody who just figured out, well, New Wave probably say, well, you kind of make some sense. So we just dash the one them in a good then. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't just fling with everybody, bro. Life doesn't work like that. Life doesn't really work like that, guys. Every one of them should go in the JFF. I can name out each one and reason why. All right, Reggae Boy Central, save that for another show. It's I'm more about the football. I'm more about the on the field, and I'm more about player development. And I'm more about players taking the responsibility on themselves to improve, bro. My time in Jamaica watching the Costa Cup, my time watching the Costa Cup, I've seen some amazing players come through. I've seen players from States, Manchester High, Homo Technical, which was this other school from Clarendon College. Those players just vanish. I don't think it was the GFF. People have to understand. I tell people this: football is like the music industry. The stars you see on your TV or hear on your radio, those are the ones that made it. You don't know the other thousands that didn't make it. That's just how life goes. The best cut through the noise. The best rise above the rest and move on. Look at Shamar Nicholson. Shamar Nicholson is not the first striker from Jamaica to go to Russia, but he's looking like one of the best striker that ever left Jamaica, because I think he's a player that put in the work. Let's give people credit for putting in the work. Shamar Nicholson put in that work. You can see it. Shamar Nicholson, when he was in the World Cup qualifier for Jamaica, he looked sloppy. He looked like he was working at Burger King. You know what I mean? Him just look, and I know he came off injury. He broke his whatever jawbone and all them thing there. But he came in and he looked a bit disheveled, a bit all over the place. Javane Brown, I said that. Javane Brown came into the last window like him walk out of Burger King and hop on the plane. The man come with like a little 3 months pregnant stomach. If he come play for Jamaica, you can't blame that on the JFF. And that's what's going to get us the result on the pitch. And that's what's going to make the JFF looks better. It's players also taking their career serious and their responsibility in their hand and say, listen, I'm the pro here. Me want to get $150 million contract. So me need to do the right thing. In the off season, me need to stay fit. Me need to go back and watch tape and realize that last season, that was my weak side. How do I work on that? How do I get better? I tell people, you're like, guys, people have to remember this. You're off season in football. I look at players and I can tell you how far they're gonna go if I know what they're doing on their off season. Because you see, Cristiano Ronaldo, I don't remember, they wrote a piece about Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo will go off to some beach in Greece or, Lisbon, or just go to Dubai for a few weeks. But them say, film off season, after that, I train, the man I train. I train Cristiano Ronaldo, I train. One of the best players in the world already. Dog, you a party. Like, you dey a party, a Willy Bunks, a Rifle Bunks. You dey a party. And then you come back next year because the people them hype you up last year and think you're still good. No, the other players have actually worked harder and improved. So you got left behind. You don't blame that on the JFF. People have to take that into their own hands and take their development more seriously, bro. When a Jamaican player leaves Jamaica and you enter the collegiate system in the USA, for me, your chances of making it as a pro, it dwindles because of the way they play football there and the development there, bro. I just think it's not the place to develop our football. I would have been much happier if I hear a Jamaican player say they go into Africa, go play and develop. I swear to God. When me and them say college, a USL, me say we lose them. We lose them when I know him gone, him gone, him gone. Look at one of our players. Omar Holness was one of the best players. I think Omar Holness on that team and Alva Spoil on that under 17 team was two of my favorite players. They were two players that I thought, here goes two pros for the future. Omar Holness went to, I think he went to North Carolina, and he was playing at the collegiate level in North Carolina. And Omar Holness now probably last time here he must in about fifth division of England, brother. Him thing flag out, him thing water down. Like he just didn't take that next step. I thought he would have been a player like Rudolph Austin and better. He had that similar physique. They even look alike. He can kick some powerful free kick. You know what I mean? He was good on the football. What happened to Omar Holness? Omar Holness went to North Carolina, and the collegiate level just turned him into this player that we can't even recognize. Them call him up to play for Jamaica one or two times, and he just doesn't look himself. So people have to understand that the steps you take for your development is important in football. Let me just jump back to the under 20s, guys. So the under 20s now, I'm not getting to, I see people are panicking early. People are like, oh my God, Jesus Christ. Me whisper to somebody and tell him, so whisper on our team, yo, dog, we are one striker, we have half a goalkeeper. We have one shoes a play right back. Guys, it's early days. It's gonna be okay. I think this under 20 team will actually surprise a lot of us. I'm putting my I'm putting my neck out on the line for this one. I think the under 20 team, based on how YouTubers and the vloggers has put a lot of pressure on the JFF to do the right thing. I think they will get some better results this go around. I'm looking for some better results this go around from this under 20. I don't think it's just gonna go by the wayside. And I think the under 20 coach wants to prove himself as well. I'm sure he's a coach who has ambitions to become maybe the national coach one day. And I think he would love to have in his a notch on his belt saying he's one of the first, one of the second or so, or the first local coach. I don't know, was it a local coach that took the last under 20s to the World Cup? Was it the under 23s? It was the under 23s. I don't know if it was a local coach that took those guys to the World Cup. But I'm sure this under 20 coach would like to have that under his belt by saying he's the first one to ever take the Jamaica under 20 to the World Cup. So, you know, I'm quite confident that the right thing is going to be done. And Paul Hall, we have Paul Hall on board. Having Paul Hall on board, I think, also amplifies our chances of getting there. I strongly believe that. I think Paul Hall will won't sit and just let this under 20 team just slide off into the abyss and nothing happens. I think we're gonna get some good results. Just on a little bit on the female U17, the girls game we gone a regular. The girls game start already? No way. Let me see this. There's no way the girls game can start already, dog. You mad? If the girls game start already, I have to wrap this up, man. The female games start already. I can't be on stream while that's going on, guys. Let me see. Let me see. Jamaica. The game haven't started yet, has it? No, the game. Guys, just let me know in the comments what time the under 17 females are playing. If anybody has the time for that game. I thought somebody said to me it was 6 o'clock. The game was gonna be played. Let me see what time is it. No man, a 7. Oh, a 7 it starts. So then the game start in an hour and a half from now. The game start in an hour and a half from now, bro. Was it 7 o'clock? But Tennessee Lewis, was it 7 o'clock Jamaican time? You sure? Come see something says 6 p.m. such and such time and 7 o'clock such and such time. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I just checked the site and the game next 26 minutes. Yeah, then yeah, the game is 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock local time. I don't know where the Tennessee Lewis. Don't know where they. Um, Yeah, man, don't know it. 6 o'clock Jamaican time. All right. That's the Shreps, man. Yo, guys, let me know which player you think in the under 20 you think is gonna make have a breakout under 20 World Cup qualifier. Please let me know, guys, who you think in the under 20, which player in the under 20 you're looking forward to seeing, and who you think will make an impact and potentially it's gonna be on YouTube. Wayne Thomas is Kankakov YouTube channel. That's what I watch the games on, or the Kankakov Facebook site. Yeah. So let me know which one of the players in the under 20. I really want to see Pearson out there. I haven't seen the player played, and I've been hearing people ringing his name since the Manning Cup season. And I really want to see him play. And the fact that Paul Hall called him up for the senior men's team, I'm assuming that Paul Hall sees some potential in him. So I really want to see Pearson um, and potentially Jimenez out there. Because if you get called up to the senior men's team, that tells me you're supposed to be able to at least dominate or be able to hold your own at the under 20 level. So I'm looking forward to see those. Most of all, I'm looking forward to see Pearson play in this under 20. Yeah, last week, I don't know if it was fake news. There were rumors that 7 local players are coming to the island. I don't know where people are getting these kind of information from, I don't know, because my thing was this, right? Check this out. If 7 players are come from overseas to try out for the under 20 team, that mean those players from overseas not good then, man. Them not that good. Because if you have to fly from overseas to come try out for the Jamaica under 20, you're not that good then, bro. You're not that good. You're not in a position where we can say him good enough, him not even need to come try out. So when me hear people I say, yo, 7 players coming to try out for Jamaica under 20, I'm like, all right, if them a come try out, them not that good. You see what I mean? That's just my opinion on that. You see what I mean? If you're overseas and you're playing competitive football and you're good, I don't think you need to try out. So I don't know where them people that come try out, brother. I must say Saudi Arabia or something, but I don't know. Jordan Williams says Whisper is abroad though, but I'm just not sure if the other high rated professional will be included because of the trial thing had for them to leave at this time. But I think they will be back based on what I'm hearing. I'm sure what's happening now with the 30 players in camp is a process of evaluating and eliminating players. I think this is where, because at the end of the day, it couldn't be the squad because it's still gonna be narrowed down, and there's too many other potential players overseas who could potentially make the team. I'm even looking for somebody from England, even 1 or 2. We have to get at least 1 or 2 under 20 players from England. I would like to see that. This would have been actually the first time that Jamaica got under 20 players from England where we have them from them under 20. So them not have to basically we not have to question them when them 23 if them are going to play for England. You know what I mean? Because we would then track them and keep them in the program. So I think now is the chance for us to make a move. But I also know that there are some hindrances and difficulties as far as a lot of people think it's easy. Like you just call a player from England and him get him passport and him suit up for Jamaica. Bro, not everybody is ready to play for Jamaica, bro. It's not like that. It's not like that. There's people who has dreams to play for England. You see, man, and a lot of the fans them we attack, if them did their England and them did good, and them think England could have called them are wait. Them are wait and exhaust the process. So we have to be fair. We have to be fair. But I think the Jamaican football, one thing they can do though, as far as policy is concerned, I think we should set a threshold, maybe 25. If we contacted you and you passed 25 and you no longer wanted to play for Jamaica before 25, we nobody want you. You see me? I'm saying, you see what I mean? Yo, I want to see Hutchins Tennessee lose. You know, see Hutchins me attack dog. To me, Hutchins is the player, bro. Hutchins is a player, bro. You see me? I say Hutchins is a player. You see what I mean? He's the player, and I wanted to see that kid, Jonas. But he's actually captain in the England's under 18, the CDM at Liverpool. He's gonna be captain the England under 18 or something like that, or the under 20, or whoever that's a player I really wanted to see him and Hutchinson. I don't know if Hutchinson is gonna play for Jamaica though. Yeah, I've seen him showed a lot of interest with the culture online, but if he's this young and he's on the bench in certain games at Arsenal, that tells me that he's gonna be on the big screen soon, bro. That tells me that Southgate and them, they're gonna clock him. They're gonna clock him because he's a devastating midfielder, and he's not just a midfielder on the ball. He's a goal scoring midfielder as well. He's a goal scoring midfielder. So I don't know. He might be a tricky one. I think we have a good chance of getting Kidahart Taylor. I think Kidahart Taylor just coming off injured. I think he played his first game last week. Coming back off injuries. But I think we have a better chance of capping Kidahart Taylor. Okay, he made the bench before. Yeah, he made the bench. He made the bench against I think, I don't know if that game was Crystal Palace or somebody, but he did make the bench. I was so surprised, and I'm like, oh man, when I saw him on the bench, I thought that Jamaica lost him. Yeah, man. When I see him on the bench, I say him gone now. Him gone. Him gone. Them are thief him now because, yo, Arsenal I think is closing out their season really strong. Uh, that's the thing with Arsenal. This is not new. Arsenal start bad, pick up in the middle of the season, drop off, and end the season strong. That's kind of been the pattern for Arsenal for a while. And then everybody go into the off season with Arsenal feeling excited because they have a lot of young players. And when they start the season next season, they start weak again. Because right now I think they have a pretty decent team. But for me, the early part of the season, for me, really is where Arsenal always lose the Premier League. Because the expectations from their young players is just too much, and when they come into the season, they just can't hold up. Liverpool, man. So it's gonna go down to Liverpool and Man City, right? It's gonna go down to Liverpool and Man City to actually rip things up to finish off the league. But yeah, maybe we see Kiddo Hart Taylor against Catalonia, right? But I really really like to see that right back from is he from Crystal Palace? The right back from Crystal Palace. Let me know in the chat, guys. I think he's from Crystal Palace because we need a right back, bro. We need a right back. For me, there's two. The center back position is almost there. I think not because Adrian Mariappa, he's slow now. He's respect to Adrian Mariappa. He has been a patriot. He has he was dedicated to the cause from day one, and he has showed up. But I think it's time, because for me, to be honest with you, bro, I can't tell you where Ethan Pinnock head is. I can never tell you where Ethan Pinnock head is when it comes to Jamaican football. 1 minute we say Ethan Pinnock a come, the next minute he miss him flight, the plane them stop run. It's like I don't know what to think with Ethan Pinnock, guys. So I think we need to get another centre back, because though Richard King is coming through, I would want Richard King to learn also from another high level professional at that position, because I've seen, though Richard King is doing really well watching this Premier League season, I'm finding weaknesses in his game, but he seemed to play better for Jamaica than he plays in the JPL. He seems to raise his game. Um, Kyle Walker Peters, me over him. Jordan Williams, I'm over him. Kyle Walker Peters can just stay away him there. If him come, brother. To be honest with you, Tyreek Mitchell, is he the who's the right back? Is it Tyreek Mitchell? Or is he, there's a right back, I think, man. I saw him played, and somebody told me that he's Jamaican. Really good right back. Really good right back. Because though Jimenez is coming, because Javian Brown for me, Javane Brown cannot start at right back until he starts to start at his club. I think there are certain important positions in the team where if players are not starting at their club overseas, especially if they're not in a Premier League club, they shouldn't be starting in the national team at CDM, centre back, right back, or left back. Those defensive positions, I think we need starting defenders. We can't have, because you see, defending is a skill, it's an art, it's getting enough game time under your belt to where you have been involved or you see all the different situations and the different scenarios, so you know what's gonna happen and you start working out your game positioning. Because Javine Brown is getting caught out of position too much. Imagine Javian Brown play against a Uruguay, a 30 we a pick up, man. 21 we a pick up. If Javian Brown start against Uruguay, we a pick up 21. Because them not gonna play with the right side there. You know what I mean? They're not gonna play with the right side there. We can't have teams just say, oh, we're gonna play Jamaica. All right. Everything good, man. We just attack them down the right side. We can't, because right now, bro, like Javian Brown, the man I run out there like a madman. The man I run like some pitney when I go out a door go get no playing time and them mother bust the door and them just fly out. Like the man I do some running out there and I say, what do Javian Brown? Like he's not composed, bro. He's just I don't know, man. Javian Brown he needs to get it right, bro. He needs to get it right. We need Javian Brown to sit on the bench and learn. And you see, this is why one of the things where I said fans, sometimes when fans come on YouTube and them hype up player, even me, we were asking for Javian Brown to play. And I've never seen Javian Brown play before that. That's one moment where I got caught up in the whole mix and say, yeah man, Javian Brown will play. Why top have Javian Brown on the bench? But still, I think Javian Brown still would have done a better job than Alvas Powell. I think anybody would have been better than Alvas Powell. However, after seeing Javian Brown, him not ready. Him not ready at all. Javian Brown not ready to me, bro. Javian Brown, him not ready. He's a liability out there, bro. He's a liability. We can't have players in that position like that. And I hope Paul Hall, man, tried to get a CDM in that Catalonia game. Because guys, if we enter the Nations League with this same if we enter the Nations League with the same midfield combination with Ravel Morrison and Speedy Williams, I don't have any expectation, bro. Speedy Williams at that CDM position. Now I realize that when Richard King is playing centre back, Speedy Williams is so cautious in his approach. Me see all Richard King has step up in the midfield with the ball. And that's what Speedy Williams should do. Like push the football up the park. He doesn't do that. And I don't want to hear that nonsense where people say, but him a defend him. How many tackles Speedy Williams are average per game? Let me tell you what Speedy Williams does well. He tracks back very well and close down the zone play, like the pockets. But he doesn't break up tackles. He's not physical and he doesn't push the football forward. And he makes the safest passes. But when you have a defense like a Jamaican defense, that's not a sure defense. We're not there where we need to go. You can't have a player like Speedy Williams, as him get the football, the first thing he might do is pass it back to him centre back. And him put Damian Lowe under pressure, and Damian Lowe head take him and him do something mad, or then him pass it to Javian Brown and Javian Brown just run out of bounds with the ball and him do something crazier. We can't have that. We have to have a CDM who wants to be on the football. You know what I mean? We have to have a CDM who wants to be on the football. We can't, if we're going in the Nations League and it's gonna be Speedy Williams and Ravel Morris, I don't have any high hopes, man. Speedy Williams, to me, Speedy Williams is a player you bring off the bench to close out the game. When your midfielder tired, and let's say Ravel Morris tired and you no longer want a ball handler or attacking midfielder, you take out Ravel and you bring in Speedy and you tell Speedy to just hold down the fort. Speedy for me is a player to close out games. He's not the player to get the job done for me, like as from the jump. So we I hope I'm looking keenly to the with when the squad come out for the Catalonia game to see if there's gonna be any CDM. Um, I wonder if Paul Hall. I wonder if there's gonna be a lot of core players in that game as well. I'm looking forward to seeing that squad. Because I would like to also see a new crop of players from England getting an opportunity to try out for that game. Um, Daniel Green from Mount Pleasant. Uh, he has to go back to the drawing board. He has to go back to the drawing board. He has to go back to the drawing board. I don't know if he deserve another call up right now. He has to develop a bit more. I don't see him taking that position. Tyreek McGee, I just don't know what's happening with Tyreek McGee. I will call it like it is. Speedy is starting. Yeah. The Matilda Tennessee Lewis, if Speedy has start, we're in a trouble, bro. We in trouble, bro. And that's um people say sometimes, yo, JT, you're beating down Speedy. I'm not beating down Speedy, bro. I'm not friends with any football player. If I Ravel out there take a crap on the field, may I tell you. But I'm just saying, like, bro, Ravel Morrison to me like had one of the best closeout of the campaign, and he had one of the best closing out at Derby County. Ravel Morrison has just like come into his own in the last few months, and that's what I was saying. I was saying to someone the other day, I hope Ravel Morrison don't leave England, because if Ravel Morrison, because if you looked at Ravel Morrison's career, he went to Mexico. Then he went back to England. Then he went to Sweden. Then he went back to England, and then he went to Den Haag or something in Netherlands. And whenever he was on those clubs, he doesn't get playing time. They don't play him as much because they just don't understand how good the player is. And Wayne Rooney was the best thing that happened to Ravel Morrison, where Wayne Rooney is a player and a coach who saw Ravel Morrison in his element before he took him at Derby County. So he knew the player had the capability. So I don't want to see Ravel Morrison end up at some place where I'm not getting any playing time. Because for me, I think Ravel Morrison is at his best the more playing time he gets. And that's what affected his career in England when he was at I think he was at Blackburn at one time. A lot of all those clubs, Sheffield, when he was at those clubs, he just didn't get the playing time. He just doesn't get the playing time. It's like the coaches bring him in last minute to kind of, beef up the team, and it doesn't work. So I would love to see Ravel Marsa. I think Ravel Marsa should at least end up back in the championship. I don't know how much of those players will be going down with Wayne Rooney, but I think what Wayne Rooney did very well at Derby County this season, he introduced a lot of young players because he knows at League One, he's probably going to lose some of these players. And he's going to need his young players when he's in League One to potentially get back in the championship. And they're in administration, and that's going to take a little time to sort out that quagmire that they have going on there. But yeah, man, big friendlies coming up for Jamaica, Uruguay, Catalonia. The game for the females start in about 7 minutes. So I will be off stream in 7 minutes. So I big up everybody, Tennessee, Lewis, them, Instinct, Jordan Williams, everybody, the whole crew. The females has been playing very well. I beating Canada tonight. I don't know about that. I don't know. What I do think though is I think this Jamaican team will be a little bit more competitive for Canada than all the teams that they ran over, because I think these girls are quite physical. I think these Jamaican girls are quite physical and they're not afraid to run into tackles. Me watching Canada in their first two games, teams just didn't know what to do when they got the ball from Canada. It seemed like everybody who played Canada just stayed on the edge of the 18 and hope that Canada don't give them 10. They're like, if we keep it, I hear even the commentator saying, well, if the team only get 5 today, they did well. No, I think Jamaica tonight is going out there for a draw or a win. And I think we will get at least opportunities against Canada. I think this is the first game Canada will be tested. This is the first day Canada will be tested because Canada is going to want to attack Jamaica, and there will be space for Canada to get attacked because we have girls out there who are quite fast and ready to move the football. So it should be an interesting game. It's either a close game or Jamaica. Because, and if the coach for the under 17 is watching this, my friend, you have to take into consideration you can't play a 14-year-old in 2 two consecutive 90-minute game in 3 days. What a girl named Pranganat or Ranganat or what she want name. She's a good player, but the coach take her off. Take her off. The game last week was a stalemate. You don't give her 90 minutes. And now, what is it? You're gonna start her tonight against Canada? The coaches, the local coaches, man, we have to do better at managing players and managing how much time they spend out there. You had to rotate players. You can't have a 14-year-old out there playing 2 90-minute game back to back. Take her off. Let her get some rest if you're going to play her tonight against Canada, because this is going to be a physical game. And one thing I do think is this Canadian team is they're way above Jamaica as far as fitness is concerned. So the coaches, they have to manage the players better, because I would have, once Jamaica tied that game, I would have took her off. I would have took her off because even if Jamaica tied the game, Jamaica would have went through in that game. And I still thought that Jamaica would have won. My favorite player for that Jamaica team right now, and I said it from the first game, this girl only came on for like 15 minutes, was that number 9 player, Atkinson. I think she's for me, she's the best striker we have. I think she's in the top 3 of our best players on that entire team. Her robustness, her aggression, and her hunger to take on players and score. She's one of the top players on that team, and I'm looking forward to her handling the business tonight. I think she's gonna handle the business tonight. How much minutes left? 3 minutes, guys. So I'm gonna wrap this thing up, guys. Thank you very much. Bless up to everybody. I'm gonna watch a game. The game is on YouTube, Kankakov YouTube, Facebook, Kankakov. Coach Karumi, tap in. We'll talk tomorrow. That no have nothing to do with local coaching. That is coaching principle, JT. Please. Sorry, Coach Karumi, but you get what I say. Give me a call tomorrow, Coach Karumi. We'll hold a reason, because you understand we never did finish reason the other day. But let's link up. We'll tap in. I think Ryan will be on later with some Liverpool stuff. Maybe I think tonight, since I'm up and running, I might jump onto Crystal's channel if she's on tonight. I wanted to go on. So I will go on and probably chop it up with them at halftime. But yeah, guys, blessings. See everybody after this game.